So 1inch Pro aims to create more kind of efficient financial system where everyone can easily participate, interact, where everything is transparent and highly efficient. So right now you have a lot of middlemen in between. For example, if you need to sell like $10 million of Tesla stock, you're not going to only one exchange. You are using broker which splits your amount potentially and exchange on multiple exchanges. And in DeFi, it's easier. It's much easier because from our point of view, Ethereum was built for financial transactions. You can execute atomically transactions. In one single transaction, you can exchange one asset against another asset by using a lot of liquidity sources. This is what actually we invented together with Anton back in 2019 and a hackathon in New York. Over 2 sleepless nights, we introduced an algorithm which is using this approach and just exchanging for the best rate on the market. It can be applied for centralized exchanges as well, theoretically, but it's more complicated and it's not atomically. So regarding the compliant DeFi, we are also working to introduce great user experience also for institutions and an easy onboarding process for them to play around with that. We had a couple of discussions with several banks, and for example, JP Morgan's right now building small pilot based on Uniswap V2 fork on a copy of Ethereum, yeah, and they need years to implement that. We did it. It's there. And actually, we were using our technology, which is already existing and already time-proven and it's fully secure. In DeFi, we have a lot of challenges, opportunities. So in DeFi, it's easy to invest in something. Yeah, of course, there are a lot of scam projects potentially, or like similar to Luna. Yeah, it can drop like yeah, and get attacked. 1 year in DeFi are 10 years in traditional finance from our point of view, and DeFi moves very, very fast, and this is the next iteration for the financial system. So in DeFi, it's easy to find opportunity to earn. When I think like, I'm from Germany, from Stuttgart, and if I put like my hard-earned money on a bank account, the bank calls me and says, you want to maybe use this money spent because we don't need this kind of, because like you may also to pay a negative interest rate. Yeah, they actually don't need my money, and I don't know what to do with my money. I need to look for maybe a startup who offer maybe investment opportunity in real estate, or I need to go and buy maybe stock and lose 50% after a dump or something. So in DeFi it's easier. You have a lot of products already. Anton explained there are kind of a couple of technologies which were like migrated from traditional finance system into DeFi space in different manner. For example, AMM, automatic market makers, are not existing in a centralized world because there's no technology for that. So since Ethereum, it's possible to implement such technology. There are also some kind of trade-off or problems for institutional players. They cannot use DeFi. Actually, they need to be compliant. They need to work only with clean money. They need KYC ML, and that's why like DeFi have traction, but not the traction which should be there from our point of view in DeFi space, because the whole money is in the traditional finance system, which is not transparent. So, like, if you look back to 2008, what happened? The huge short. It's not transparent. DeFi is transparent. Everything is kind of verifiable. So you can verify everything what's happening in DeFi space. It's kind of permissionless and trustless. 1inch ecosystem. We started with the aggregation protocol. We built the first simple version by splitting between multiple liquidity sources. Right now we are building routes, like navigation routes among multiple markets, which allows us the best execution on the market, because we aggregate among the whole liquidity on all the 8 chains we support. We have a couple of protocols like liquidity protocols on AMM, which can be used also to provide liquidity and earn a little bit on that. So, for example, you can get like 10% SPY on that by providing some tokens. I personally use Uniswap for kind of marketing by myself, and it wouldn't be possible in the traditional finance. I wouldn't get the access to a system where I can provide my 20,000 bucks and put a position USDT to USDT and would earn on that. It's possible right now on DeFi. I can provide USDT, I can provide USDC, and I earn on the volume which is happening in the DeFi. Back to the products, we have like also our DAO, we have our token, which is required for the DAO itself. We have also some benefits when you stake. And we have our wallet, which also kind of would be a part in the future for OneInch Pro, because we are going to onboard more and more people to use DeFi. Everyone should, I agree, everyone should have access in the world to financial system. Yeah, right now it's really difficult. Yeah, so I have personally problems with some German banks because they don't understand what I'm doing, and they don't understand that I put money in compound and I had a liquidity position in Uniswap. That's why they don't want to talk with me. But I have good Swiss banks with whom I'm working. In the wallet we will introduce a bank account, crypto-friendly bank account, virtual kind of IBAN with your credit card, and so we try to onboard more and more people through these approaches. We have also kind of decentralized order book protocol, which is similar to, like, for example, Binance or Coinbase Pro. You can place a limit order, but this is completely in decentralized manner. Everyone can execute can take your order. And it's fully permissionless. And OneInch Pro is coming. We have already an MVP. Actually, we built this prototype on a hackathon, and one guy said on a hackathon, "This is the next big thing." I didn't believe. After 2 weeks, I have seen the numbers, which Anton provides to me based on the analytics on the blockchain. We found out that people start sharing the link to our service, which was built in 2 nights with no sleep on the mainnet in production. And people start using it. We achieved more than $200 billion volume already on our aggregation router. We have huge amount of liquidity on which we aggregate, around 55 billions. We have around 70% of aggregation market share. At the beginning, we were like at 100 because we invented this. And 2.7 million of users who produce this amount of money. And just imagine if we can onboard like almost everyone, what we would have then on volumes. For OneInch Pro, we raised also in the last round 175 millions to build on this product, to innovate the financial system. I agree also on what was said before, that if you are waiting for the regulators, then we will never reach the goal. We will never fly this rocket and innovate. We need to innovate and then talk with regulators and find a solution how to work. We have great partners with whom we are working. Jan Street, who invested in the last round. Winklevoss Brothers through Gemini also invested in OneInch to see also institutional DeFi in near future. We introduced with the first MVP OneInch Pro swaps. You can easily swap. You can use the user interface. You can also use a programmable like API interface, so you can already build a TICE pilot for your bank or for your brokerage service, and exchange USDC to Ethereum or buy also exotic DeFi tokens. Since we integrate market makers, this clean money, completely verified ML KYC. And everyone who's using the service needs also to pass KYC ML process. A decentralized order book, so limit order protocol is also integrated, and we have also P2P swaps. It's like a swap between 2 parties. We are not in between. There's no third party in between. No centralized kind of service. There's just a smart contracts, a program on Ethereum, a decentralized computer, which just verified that I sell and I get what I expect. Yeah, and we offer also white label solutions. So if you have 15,000 partners and you would like to offer kind of permission DeFi environment with a lot of protocols, decentralized trading, P2P trading, maybe also lending protocols like money markets, we can just easy deploy a white label version with your CI, corporate identity, so you can offer and manage all your partners and offer a great service. What's next? So we set up a Swiss company, an AG. I would love to see 1inch Pro AG in the next IPO in the next couple of years, so we can reach more and more people who would use it and help us. We have Gustav. You can reach Gustav if you have any questions or you would like to apply for a test pilot or just start a discussion. You can reach through email our lead pro contributor. This is a small presentation how that works. This is our 1inch wallet, super user-friendly wallet for EVM networks. We connected the wallet through Wallet Connect, fully secured, and we are going to swap Ethereum to 1inch by just signing this transaction, which is sent to the blockchain, and after it's mined, we get 1inch tokens. Decentralized limit order protocols also implemented, where you can just select any token to any other token and or Ethereum, and you can sell it in a fully decentralized manner. This order is published to all participants in this compliant environment, which is right now run on Ethereum. We are looking to build to deploy on own layer 2 solution, maybe based on ZK Sync technology, which is coming very soon, which offers high security and basis on zero knowledge proofs. We have already set market makers integrated, and we have our limit order protocol order book also implemented, and you can use it to sell based on like limit orders your assets. This is the first step for the 1inch Pro. I would love to see more and more services, collaborations with other protocols. DeFi is about freedom and composability. It's very important to work with others. 1inch was built on top of existing products like Uniswap, Banker. At Kyber, in the first version, we integrated everyone who's there. Every piece of liquidity is integrated in 1inch on all the networks. And in permission DeFi, compliant DeFi, a C environment, and sub environment of the whole DeFi. DeFi should still, from my point of view, be also a community project. And in this sub part, we can also deploy Uniswap, we can deploy Balancer, we can deploy Aave, and we can aggregate from 1inch side among them and offer kind of an opportunity to use DeFi in compliant manner.
Great presentation, Sergej. Thank you so much.